Hello, 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 hello. How is everybody doing? It's been a while, and today I'm here to talk about stocks and cryptocurrencies, and also we'll take a quick look into the week and see what to expect in the week. So here we are. If anybody is listening, if you can hear me clearly, let me know if the microphone is working. Other than that, let me queue up some stuff that I wanted to talk about real quick. I'm expecting, I should have set this up earlier, but I fell asleep. So I'm expecting maybe 2 more people to join me. So we'll see, waiting for them to join. And if you have any questions or contributions, you can drop them. Hey, Joe in the house. What's up, Joe? How you doing? Good, 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 good. All right, Douglas says it's clear. All right, we're good, we're good, we're good. Hey, Legacy Fan TV, watching from Ghana. Thank you, thank you, thank you. At you saying, Bibia Bokodia. See, I gotta speak some chi. All right. So, what are you guys expecting? What do you guys think is gonna happen this coming week? Prosperity's worth. Thank you for being here, my man. Thank you, thank you. So I don't know if you're a man or woman. I'm sorry. I kept saying my man. I don't know. Oh man. So the one exciting thing is you got Harmony. Oh yeah, Harmony has been single-handedly holding up my my altcoin portfolio, man. It's like it went down. Was it yesterday or the day before? It dipped a little because somebody sold millions. Somebody sold very large blocks of it. I think they might have been one of those who got in early and thought the run was over. So it took a pretty big nosedive. And now it's like today, most coins are not doing well, but then Harmony just went from like 1600, no, I mean 0.16 to like 0.2, thereabout. So it's going. It might make a mega run, it might make a mega run soon again. So we'll see. I have my position. I'm waiting patiently till it gets close to $1 before I start taking out. Because I have other coins that I take out from when I need. So as for Harmony, it's a keeper. Yeah. Oh, VTHO, my goodness. So yeah, VTHO, man. I had reduced my position a little bit in VTHO for a different project. So I halved my position. And I'm so mad because I was very heavy in VTHO and VET. You guys know from the beginning, I've always been, talking about it. So I've been very heavy there. And then somewhere along the line, I reduced my position a little, but I'm still pretty happy, by the way. Yeah. So guys, I'm going to start mining very soon. It's either going to be Ethereum or Rivian coin. Rivian coin might be easier, especially since I'm going with low end equipment. But if you guys are interested, I'll make a whole video of the whole process. That way, if somebody wants to do it too, they could do it as a hobby, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. You're welcome, my man. You're welcome. Nyamiadum. That's good. That's good. A and KR. Hold on a second. Let's see here. All right. So I'm just gonna do a quick scout on coin market cap, and see what's happening before we talk about some stocks. So take a look at ANKR as recommended by let's see here. I'm going to jump in real quick here. All right, 1 second. Let me share my screen here real quick. Share screen. Boom, boom. All right, I think it's shared now. So, about to introduce one of our guests today. I'm expecting either Brian or hold on a second. Yeah, Twitter. So ANKR, what is ANKR about? 1 second. Okay. All right. And add. I'm gonna add you right now. Boom. Now introduce yourself, buddy.
Hey, what's going on, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Awesome. Hey, so my name is Tebby Lawson. I just joining the channel here. Appreciate the invite. I guess I have a YouTube channel as well. It's Invest with T Claus. And you can also follow me or on Twitter at Tebby Lawson 13. But anyway, love Tesla, love Neo, and looking forward to the chat today.
Good to have you. Good to have you, man. At some point, I'll try and link your YouTube down there, and I'm hoping two other people join us. But I messed up. I was supposed to have started it about an hour ago, and I overslept. So I know they also probably moved on to something else. So all right.
Yeah.
All right. So just taking a quick look here at this coin anchor. For what's your name here? Okay, I'll just call you Mr. Reddy. Okay, I'm happy I didn't try to pronounce your name. I was gonna say Tiva. So Tebby, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh man. Okay. Originates as a solution and utilizes shared resources.
Is that a penny stock?
It's a coin, crypto.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah. So on the live, a lot of people, ask about different coins, and the interesting thing is that I learn about some of these coins, and after the live, I research them, and they become part of my portfolio. And one of them has been treating me very well. Harmony One.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody recommended it on a live about 4 weeks ago, and I'm up on it more than 120%. So.
Man, that's
pretty dope.
Solid gains there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Are you going through Coinbase or Gemini for your crypto?
Okay, so for crypto, basically I use Binance.
Okay, Binance. Okay.
Yes. Technically, because I'm in Texas, I shouldn't be able to use Binance .us. But because I moved from Pennsylvania, I had created an account before and I never updated my address, so they still allow me to trade and withdraw. So I'm like, I just keep doing that. So
like, hey, that works.
Yeah, but you can find everything on Binance. So I recently got Anchor USD, which is great for interest and all that. So that helps too. Yeah. It's just weird that everything. Hold on a second. One of the kids is trying to barge in.
And I was speaking of, yeah, that's funny.
All right, back.
So typically when you're on live, how do people get to your channel? Like if somebody, like a third party, if somebody else wanted to like join in, how would they get there?
Like you joining in right now?
No, like somebody, like like if my brother or somebody, or like a friend wanted to like listen to the live session, how do they go about doing that?
Oh, I mean, usually if you go on my channel right now, because I'm on live, it should pop up as the first thing. But then you can just go to the live and share the live link.
All right, let me.
If you want a link, I can do that for you now.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And there's a couple of people that wanted to jump in and listen.
Awesome. Hold on. Let me just copy it here for you. Yeah. All right. So, Mr. Reddy, while I'm doing this, all I'm doing is just looking at the the price action. This is no solid DD or anything, but the price action in the past 7 days looks good. I'm not going into the candlesticks or anything, but just the overall price action looks like, after such a big upward movement, you need a pullback to be able to make the next movement. So I don't know what exactly. Usually the coins, what happens is that sometimes there's something coming up, like there's a fork coming up, or there's an update coming up, and so that drives the price. But if there's none of that coming up, then I really like the movement. A lot of people get fooled by some of the announcements that are coming, and they think the coin is on a bullish run, and then they get trapped in it. So that's one thing you need to keep your eyes out for. All right, let me get this channel link for you real quick. And yeah, I'm gonna click it here. I can hear myself. Can you guys hear like a double feed?
No, I don't have
Okay.
a double here, so I think you're good.
Okay, let me pause this one. All right, so I just posted the link in the comments right there for you. I guess I should have probably posted it in the private chat, but well, it's there.
Yeah,
that's the live link. All right, so let's look at Harmony One. Let's see how it's doing, man. It's my current favorite right now, and ooh, man. So look at the 1 month chart for this thing. It came from 0.03 all the way to 0.2. That is epic. That is epic. I think I got in right around here. Right here. Okay. All right. So what else do we have going on? What specs? Okay, so guys, I'm trying to build a machine to mine. Okay, so Tebby, sorry, I'm trying to do a quick crypto overlook, and then I'll jump into the stock overlook.
Yeah, no problem.
And then we'll yeah. So anytime you want to chip in, just go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's a good chart though. Like I was looking at the chart here and just.
Oh, I have my chart. My chart is filled with like knowledge. Like people in here, they teach me more than I teach them. So yeah, the guys in here are like great. Yeah. So I'm planning to build a rig to mine Rivian coin. I keep saying Rivian coin because I've done a lot of research, and Ethereum is going to do some updates very soon, which will make it a little harder to mine. So I was going for Ethereum, but I feel like it will be much easier to mine Rivian coin, and then I can just exchange it on my Exodus wallet for any other coin that I want. And I've done the calculation. It's going to take me about 11 months to break even, which is a little longer than most, because some parts I got brand new instead of used. And as you all know, graphics cards are like really hard to get right now. You have to go to like the black market to find it because crypto keeps going up. So people are just mining, and gamers hate miners because miners are buying all of the graphics cards.
Right.
The supply is like gone. Like for example, if you go on Best Buy website, the stock price they had for a 3080, okay, was $700, and of course it's been out for months. But you go on eBay and you find a used one scratched up for $2,400.
That's crazy, man.
Exactly. So that's what people did. People went and emptied the stores, and now they bought all the graphics cards and they're just reselling them. So I'm trying to go for a cheaper build because what I've learned is that I know that because I have a lot of friends who game, is that gamers do upgrade, and um, you don't have to get the very best GPU. And what they do is when they upgrade, they pay a premium for the newer cards, and they sell off the older ones that they had. So I think something like a 1660, 1660 Super 1660 is very good for Raven coin. Now I keep saying Raven coin because if your GPU is not good enough, you might not be able to mine Ethereum. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm planning to make a video on my whole process. And I started ordering parts yesterday. So we'll see how long. Some of them are from eBay. So it's gonna be a while to get everything together.
That's going to be interesting because a friend of mine actually mines Ethereum, but not not on a massive scale or anything, right? So I was asking him because I got curious, right? I have some Ether in my portfolio that I have, not a ton, just a little bit, just to have some exposure to it. But I was asking him, like, is it worth actually mining the coin, actually mining some Ether versus just buying it? And for him, he had a computer rig sitting around that he converted over, and that's why he got into it. But his takeaway after you look at all the energy cost that goes into it versus what you actually end up getting paid as a reward, it just didn't really add up. So I think that's a really good point that you're making as far as if you're going to go into it, make sure that you're going in a major way, or just mine something else that's a lot cheaper. Cheaper than Ether. I think long term, again, if you can put in the right amount, it's probably going to pay off. But if you don't have the right rigs and you're not going to be able to invest in a significant amount, I'd probably stay away from that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And for some people, it's just like a hobby. So when you look at it from that angle, then it's a little different. But definitely, you have to do the calculations right. Don't go and buy all shiny new material and not forecast your costs and everything. And there's one thing that most people forget: like big crypto can crash any day. Okay, Ethereum could possibly go back to $300. Okay, or it could go to $10,000. So there is that. And then I did a calculation way back in the day. I used to mine Monero, and I think it took me it would have taken 3 months to get 2 coins of Monero. So but along the line I just stopped because the price had dipped so much. I think Monero went from $400 all the way down to like $40. I was just so discouraged, and my systems were like frying up. They were getting really hot, and I could barely do anything. But today I did a calculation. I realized that was about 3.5 years ago. If I had continued, it would have still been profitable. I would have still come out quite okay on it. But again, it's just interesting, especially in my situation, just because I have a channel, and I think a lot of I did a poll, and I think a lot of my followers are here for crypto. So I think it would be great for content, and possibly I'll be able to cash out someday. So when you go to Nice Hash, it actually you can use it to calculate how much you'd make. So when you are doing GPU mining your CPU, it doesn't matter what CPU you have. You can use the crappiest, oldest CPU, and you're fine. This will mine solely on the GPU. So you select the graphics card you want to use. So for example, the 2080 Super would mine about $3.94 a day. And from my research, it would cost about close to $1 a day to power the whole system. And the more graphics cards you have, the more you can kind of like average down on that cost. So I mean, it's not a lot when you think about it. So for my system, I'm planning to use a 1660, which gamers are actually selling that for cheap now because they don't like it. It's not doing well, but it could yeah, they don't like it. It's not doing well, but to mine Raven coin, it's more than enough. And so I'm trying to get about 6 of these on my build. And I did a calculation, and 6 of those is better than trying to get a 3080. With that, I could probably afford only 2 or something with the budget that I'm using for this. So it's all, do your research before you get in, and don't expect too much at the beginning. Like I said, for my research, for my build is going to cost me about 2,500, but I'm not going to start with all 6 at once. I'm going to start with 3, and then I'll be using the proceeds to get to purchase the next 3. So yeah, it's gonna be a journey. We'll see how that goes. All right, what else do we have in the comments? Sorry guys, I've not been checking this comments here. Hedera.
And
hold on right here. Man, do you guys see what's happening here, or am I going crazy? This thing is just going. HBAR. Okay, so this coin right here, the founder of Cardano, okay, he bashed these guys so hard. I don't understand why, but I kind of understand why. So apparently most cryptos are open source. They invite different people to come and help, make the system better and all that. But Hedera has patented their stuff and locked up everything. So the open source world doesn't like them, but they claim they have the best stuff. That's why they patented it. So there's that going on. So he was on interview, really talking bad about them recently, but that's just his view, and I don't think it affects anything. I knew about this before. Let's see, what did they do? Oh yeah, okay. So this also creates decentralized applications, trust layer of the internet, designed to be fairer, more efficient system, and eliminates some of the limitations that other blockchain platforms use. Interesting. Oh, while we're talking about how efficient blockchain platforms are, so I was having a discussion with someone, and they said they thought Anchor USD was a scam or was fake. And when I registered with them, I was approved instantly, and I'm like, how can my social security and everything be approved like instantly, just like that? Like it something doesn't feel right. Then I did some research, and I realized that they were not using any of the old systems. They were using blockchain for all their transactions, and all their transactions were in XRP. Even with social security, they were using XRP, and that's instant. So usually when you apply for stuff on with other companies, it will take 3 days for verification, whatnot. Blockchain does it like that. And it was funny how people thought, oh, that's what made it look like a scam, but they're just way ahead of the game. And it was quite interesting. Yeah.
I think that's pretty much why crypto is moving the way it is right now, right? When you think about where we're going, where, you big picture, you look at Visa, you look at MasterCard, a lot of those big corporations moving in, right? It's because they're seeing the advantages, the speed that comes along using the blockchains versus what we've been using for the past 50 plus years, right? So definitely next gen and next level when it comes to where we're going. I'll be right back.
Right. All right, sure. Yeah. So with Hedera, I mean, I've heard many good things about it. Okay. I'm personally not invested in it, but looking at the 1 month chart, the 1 month chart is looking good. It just looks like it's ascending, gradually and steadily, even though from here it's kind of flat. But if you draw the line from the bottom here, you would see that it's kind of on an ascent. So I don't know all that's happening with Hedera right now, but I've heard good things about it. Let me see the market capital of this guy right here. Well, the volume market cap. Wait. Okay, total supply, circulating supply. Oh, why can't I see the market cap? Or am I not looking right? Hold on. Yeah, right here, market cap. Okay. 2 billion. Yeah. So for me, any coin that makes it past 1 billion market cap is as legit as it comes. It's just by the time it makes it that far, if it hasn't been hacked or outed or whatever, then it's as legit as they come. So I mean, it's just a rough this thing, but yeah. Okay, RCN token.
Do you use are you on Yeah, you're on CoinMarketCap.
Yes, okay. CoinMarketCap.
I was gonna say, like, that's usually where I go and check out just where they are in comparison to the other ones.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel like that's where I can find the prices of everything, and they should just start an exchange and start selling coins there. I don't know why they haven't started an exchange yet. Guys, if this is the first time you're watching, guys, I'm so close to 5K. Okay, we could possibly do it on this live, so let's make it happen. I should probably put that in the title. I think I need like 7 more subscribers, guys.
I think you're getting there. How long have you been doing this?
I started January 19th.
Okay.
Yeah.
A couple of years. That's pretty good.
Yep. A little over 2 months. Yeah. Readless. Operates on Ethereum platform. It's a credit has a current supply of this but it doesn't tell us what this coin is. Usually coins have RCN token. What does it do? More information can be found here. Okay, send me to another link. Great. Okay, so it's a credit network. So it's kind of like a lending club, kind of. Let me see the creditors. Main currency competitive. Okay, so loan borrower. Okay, so they originate loans pretty much. Okay, that's what I get from this. Now the next thing I look at is market capital. Trading volume is down. That means there was a pump recently, and that's come down quite a bit. Market capital 75 million, no bad. Looks like it has a lot of room to run, my friend, and it's not even anywhere close to the previous high. And most altcoins have passed their previous highs this bull season. Like almost everything has gone past its previous high. So if it's on a good run, it might.
That's interesting. I was looking at Litecoin too as one of them. That I think Litecoin is number 9 right now on the market cap for all cryptos. And it was interesting to see that Bitcoin, went to the moon. Dogecoin went to the moon, or is still going to the moon, right? Compared to where they were in 2017. So did Ethereum. But Litecoin is still not past its all-time high. And I would say that, any coin right now that's, has been created a while back and is still here, and you're seeing that uptrend. I wouldn't throw your whole portfolio at it, right? But I think there's definitely some good upside there for sure.
Yeah, yes, you're very right. Yeah, Litecoin. I was heavy in Litecoin back in 2017. I rode this thing till it was like past $300, and then of course the owner went ahead and sold a lot of his Litecoin. In fact, to the point where he lost control over making the decisions in there. That I think that's what made people lose trust in it. And since then, I don't think it fully recovered, but it's a solid coin. It's just a matter of time. But the predictions that I've seen on Litecoin do not look good so far. The crypto experts are saying that it's, at least for about 2 years, it's still not going to do well before it shines. It will take some other coins getting hacked and all before people start coming to place value in the old coins. Hey, Houston. Yes. I'm in Fort Worth, my friend. Fort Worth. You Tebby, where are you?
I'm in Minnesota.
Okay.
In the Midwest.
Okay. Still Central Standard Time, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. Neil. Yo, Neil.
Oh, there we go.
My goodness. Here we go. Oh man. So Neil, man, I have a love-hate relationship with Neil.
Also.
So I do have a solid position that I do not touch, but then I play its options too. So after the first dip, there was a good recovery. It came back from, I don't know where, 30 something, 33 or something, went back all the way to 48.
Yeah.
I had a few calls, right? I had a few $40 calls while it was down at like $35 way back. And so I made a killing on those calls, like each of them, like 80%, 70% profit. And then it dipped a little bit again. It didn't dip too much. And then I made a few YOLO calls as well, trying to double dip.
You can't YOLO anymore, man.
Yeah. So yeah. Last week, I had one of them expired worthless, and I have about 4 more. So we'll see what happens. If it recovers a little bit this week, and I see green, I'm cutting them all loose. If I see green, sell. So
that's funny. I literally just posted maybe like a couple hours ago my last video, and one of the things I was touching on was, like 2020 was great for YOLO. I think that was the time to play options and do all that, and go heavy on that, right? Because everything was just moving up. I think 2021 is not, in my opinion anyway.
2021 is a little iffy so far, especially this month. February was a great month, and yeah.
There's definitely a lot more sector rotation, but like I personally, I look at long term, right? Like I think my whole focus is about just long-term investment. I don't play with options. I looked at them and I looked into it and everything, and I applaud people that can do it and do it right. I think if you do it right, and and again, as long as you have your long-term positions locked in and you're kind of using a little bit of the extra to either go either up or down or play options, that's fine, but you got to know what you're doing. Otherwise, with how much volatility we have right now, I don't know. It's not for me, I guess, is what I'm saying. But I would say, it's NEO has a long way to go. I think the highest price target that I saw on it for this year was $100. Personally think it will likely get there, right? I think right now, like this past month to month and a half has been about the market sector rotation. It's been all about people and the large funds positioning themselves for for the next quarter, right? And you look at NEO, you look at Tesla, essentially anything in the growth sector right now. It's that's
gonna
not
be down. Growth,
yeah, that's not where it's all about the reopening.
It's gonna be down, but you're right. With the rotation, what happens is that they will come back, okay? But they will come back when it's cheap enough for them. So all these institutional investors and stuff, they want these stocks. They want all your NEO. They want all your Tesla. So they want to scare you as much as possible. Keep rotating out of tech, and then these guys will paper hand it, and then they will come back in and buy blocks of millions of shares for $20, and then watch it go back up to 50 or whatever. Yeah, but the funny thing is, as volatile as the market is, it's actually the best for option plays, because with options, you could set it so that you either make money when you go up, make money when you come down, or make money when the stock doesn't move at all. So, for example, some of the options call that I sell, it's almost like a dangling carrot. I know they're not gonna get it, right? And they're gonna buy it, and it's gonna expire worthless, and I'm gonna keep the premium. So but you have to make good guesses of the range that you think a stock would flow in. Yeah, if it goes past that range, then you could be in trouble. But then, of course, there are ways of cutting loose quickly, so you don't end up, losing money. Yeah, but yeah, that's a pretty good analysis of NIO. But what do you think about their tech compared to Tesla?
That's a really good question. So, one of the reasons why I own NIO and Tesla, right? I own both. But what I think where NIO is different, and I think I wouldn't necessarily say have an advantage over Tesla, but they're differentiated enough that I think long term they're going to be successful, is their battery swapping, right? So if you look at that and what that means from a customer perspective, it gives you optionality, right? Whether you want to charge, you want to go to the charger and charge, or you want to swap batteries, which is, I think, with the Gen 2 battery swap station, they're going to be able to cut their time down from, I think it was like 5-6 minutes down to like 3 minutes or less. And it's going to be a lot quicker. So when you think about refueling a car, this is bringing that into the exact same realm, and sometimes even a little bit faster than that. So what big ICE car companies are telling you about why electric is not the way to go, and range anxiety, and it's slower to swap battery, to change batteries or recharge, that goes away with what NIO has. If you think about their battery as a service program, I think that's genius. I think you're getting into the car at a lower cost, which is again another one of the arguments for why you wouldn't want to buy an electric car versus an ICE car. Well, now they're able to sell you the car at pretty much the same price or lower than your BMW or any car for that matter, right? Because you're just paying for the hardware, and then you're renting the battery at a lower cost, which again I think is genius. So when I think about that, I think about so the battery swap, the battery as a service. I think about their new technology that they're bringing for autonomous. And just, I don't know if you watched the NIO Day and all of the cool stuff that they revealed.
Yep, I did. Yeah,
it was insane, right? And you look at the ET7, what it's bringing to the market, and the fact that now, as they're improving battery technology, I think their biggest battery pack will give you about 500 plus miles of range, and it doesn't matter what model you bought, if it was this year or 2 years ago or whatever, you can swap in that new battery. And that, I think, is a major differentiator. And that alone, when you think about Europe, right, they're trying to enter the European market later this year. People are going to eat that up, I think.
Right. I think they are kind of already, because we saw some pictures of receipts showing that they delivered cars to Norway. It hasn't been fully announced, but we did see the receipts. Yeah.
But I mean, and they're bringing the cars in, right? They're not officially allowed to sell yet, just like they have in California, and I think I could be wrong, I think it's New York potentially, but in California for sure, they have a headquarter there too, right? And they have NIO cars driving around the US, but they're corporate cars. Like you and I can't go and buy them.
Yeah.
It's here. So they've been evaluating the market, the US market, just like they've been evaluating the European market. And Norway is by far, if you're going to make a big splash onto the European scene, you want to be in Norway, because I think they're at 50+% now for conversion to EVs, and they're shooting for 2025, if I remember correctly, for full conversion to 100% electric. And I think I posted it not too long ago. I think it's the central bank in Norway that actually bought some shares of NEO, right? So I think when you think about where they're going, who's investing in them, and where the world is going in general, NEO is definitely well positioned to dominate, in my opinion. I don't think they're going to beat Tesla. I think it's going to be Tesla number one, and that number two spot is likely going to be NEO. That's my take on it. But yeah, I think they have the right technology. I think they have the right marketing philosophy, and I think it's a winning combination.
Nice. Hey, Rick, I sent you a link. You're supposed to be on here, not in the comments. Yeah, but I did send you and Brian a link last minute. So yeah, before I go back to the previous comment, somebody asked what should they do with that NEO? They bought it last year at 280. Hey, so
How much did you buy though?
Yes, yeah, but you got it at 280. Okay, I pulled up because of you. That's why I pulled this up right here. Again, on this channel, I try not to focus too much on technical analysis, because they are great for like day trading and stuff like that when you need to get in and out. But for long term, I prefer fundamentals. But of course, I do some technical analysis too. So this is the 1 year chart of NEO. Okay, so if you say you bought it at 280, that means you bought it right down here where my pen is, right around here. And you can still draw a line from here all the way up, and you will see that it's still on an ascent, even though some hiccups came in the way, right? But I mean, if I were you, I cannot tell you what to do, but if I were you, I'm definitely holding. If I were you, I'm definitely holding. But I hope you took some profits along the way. Like, whenever it does shoot again to about $50 up there, my thing is, look, if you bought 1,000 shares of NEO, right, for 280, okay, and at least make sure you take like double your initial investment as profit out. Then everything else you have is just free shares. Then you don't have to worry about it if it bothers you, if you need the money. But if I were you, I would hold, because this company is really not going to fully start rolling out cars and become fully operational until like 2023, right? It's at 2023, 2024. So we are all very early in this. Okay, so it's nowhere close to where it will actually be. There are a lot of investors who feel it's too early for them, just like companies like VTHO and Plug. They are all forward-looking stocks. We're thinking about sustainable energy in the future. Okay, and this future could be 4 years away, could be 8 years away, but people want to get in early, and we might even be a little too early. That's why some of these stock prices might look like it's wobbly, up, down, up, down. But when the time is getting close for new cars to start, flooding the streets, this stock will be up there, like $300 in about 3 years. I'm saying it could be about $300 by then, and then you would be like, man, I had this when it was 280. So just think about it as a long-term investment, and if you got it at 280, don't mess with it. Don't mess with it. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
so yeah, sorry guys, I missed way too many comments. I don't know if I can keep up here. Somebody said Litecoin. Okay, we spoke about Litecoin a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. East side says most experts are buying NEO. Some are also a little wary, like they are taking a little bit of caution, because it all hinges on US-China relations, and it could also be, who knows what government might come and what might be put in. But again, that shouldn't scare you too much. So
yeah, I mean, I guess maybe to jump in here on NEO and my thoughts there. I'm extra bullish when it comes to NEO, right? And I'm telling you a little bit why. if you think about, all these, there's going to be different people in the EV space who are going to win and lose. But you think about where NIO is positioned, right? Like they have the backing of the Chinese government. You think about where EV adoption is on the S curve right now, and we're very early in that S curve. I think right now EV sales worldwide are about 1 to 2% of total sales, like car sales in general, globally. And so everybody knows and understands that we're moving towards that electric future. If you look at projections of and even the government mandates in Europe and in China, everyone's targeting 2025, between 2025 to 2030 to 2035 for full conversion, right? And you see that, again, NIO has the backing of the Chinese government. They have the backing of Bailey Gifford, which is a massive firm. Those are long-term investors. And they're no longer in a position where they're needing cash, right? Like that was one of the big concerns last year, was them going bankrupt. And are they going to make it? Do they have enough cash? That's no longer a concern, right? Right now, it's all about execution. You look at their capacity for this year, which is 150,000 cars a year. They're about to double that to 300K heading into next year. And if you look again to your point earlier, you look at the next three years or so, we're going to be talking, near 1 million cars. And projections, if you look at how it all plays out, $300 is really not out of the realm of what's possible, right? And beyond that, I think by the end of the decade, when you're talking about potentially Tesla selling 20 million cars, NIO could be selling 5 to 6 million cars by then, and they're all in the key markets. And you have to remember that no matter what's going on with, and again, this is my take on it, but no matter what's going on between China and the US, they need each other, right? They're two biggest economy right now. It's all about bargaining and figuring out how to make that work. But the world is going electric. China has the back of NIO. Tesla, is already in that number one spot. So I think if you're invested in NIO and you have that long-term view, I wouldn't exit that position right now. If anything, I would take advantage of the fact that the stock has dropped so much right now to reinforce those positions, right, and stay in it. I think if I look at the spectrum of where NIO is right now in comparison to, again, I keep going back to Tesla a little bit here, but NIO is where Tesla was 5 years ago or so, right? They're just getting started. They have a solid foothold. They have really good technology, and they're entering all the right markets.
Right. Yes. So NIO, you should be a salesman for NIO. Oh man. Legacy, you buying Harmony too? Yeah, man. I don't know how far it's gonna go, but I'm gonna ride it, man. I hope it gets to $1. Let's see what else do we have here. Hold on, I'm gonna scroll down. Yes, Hazy in the house. What's up, Hazy? Hazy says smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. Everybody's telling you to buy and hold, man. Everybody's telling you to buy and hold. As for NIO, if you were lucky enough to get in that early, man.
I got into NIO when NIO was at $4. I think that the first share of NIO that I bought was right around $4. It's funny because I saw it at $2, and I was still thinking about it, trying to figure out. I'm like, do I really want to get in this? Doing my research, trying to understand the technology, what they're offering. And by the time I actually made the call to start buying, they moved to like $4. Before you knew it, we were, it ran up to where it is now. So I think it's a great company. I think long term, that's one of those names that could make you a millionaire pretty easily.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. East side, man. Most of these sites you got to convert. It's like one day there will be one platform where you can just go there and buy every single coin that's available on the market. Whoever comes up with that will be the richest person. I'm just saying. Beam on Robinhood, great battery, BEEM.
Let me look that
I'm
up.
just gonna see price action. Yeah, looking like new with price action. Almost like I didn't change the chart. Oh, Rick in the house. Look who showed up.
What's up? What's up, guys? All the way from Florida. I'm on vacation right now.
Oh,
Hey, how's it going,
nice.
man? Nice to meet you.
Nice.
All right,
Well,
nice to
thanks for
meet you.
showing up
Nice to meet you.
on your vacation.
Oh, you bet. Anytime.
Okay, Beam. Let me look at it on here. Beam stock.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. They're
Okay.
not yet profitable. They've been. It looks like they've been at least matching expectations, like for their earning per share, for their EPS.
Mm-hmm. So the one thing about all these, battery electric car, I do not expect any of them to be profitable right now. As you guys saw, Plug had one of the worst financials I've ever seen, but a few days after, it was just going up and up and up because people are not thinking about hydrogen, cell batteries being a hot sell in 2021. People are thinking more of 2023, 2024, but let me get in right now and have a seat and wait for it. So there's a lot of stocks that are very high in price right now based off of pretty much hype. Okay. Some of that hype is real. And if they are doing something related to batteries, I don't know much about them, but I'm not worried about them being profitable right now. But the question is, what is their management? What plans do they have? How are they going to differentiate themselves from everyone else on the market? And Tebby, when you were talking about the swappable batteries in the NEO, that's one of the things that. So I'm also heavily invested in ChargePoint, which used to be Switchback Energy, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, and when you look at Tesla, for example, Tesla right now cannot just adopt that because they have a lot of cars. They would have to change a lot in their cars to be able to adopt swappable battery technology. And so it's going to be like, a fight along the way to see which system. I think they will just coexist. I think it will just be, okay, this does this does that, and all that.
Yeah. I agree. I think that's what it comes down to. And maybe a little bit of history, and you probably know this, but maybe for some of the folks in the audience, Tesla actually tried battery swap early on in their days. I think there's Tesla, and there's also another company called Better Day that tried battery swapping. Obviously, it's very capital intensive, right? And if you're a startup, it's probably not the way to go. Like, you're not going to be successful. And that's where I think NEO, differentiates itself, and it's really showing some strength here, right? I don't know about Beam. I was, as you were talking, I was kind of looking into it. I think depending on what they're offering, what tech, I don't know if it's solid state or if they're looking at lithium ion, or if they're bringing anything new to the market. But I think short term, battery type technology, anything that's in the EV space will do fairly well, right? Because again, nobody expects them to be profitable, for the next 2 to 3 years anyways. So it's going to be a lot on just selling the dream and what they can bring to the table. I think where it really starts unraveling, if they're not in the right, they don't have the right play and the right technology, is going to be 3-4 years from now. I think when you now need to really start showing profit, and you're competing against, like some of the bigger names that are in the battery space. I think at that point, that's really when that's going to unravel. So again, I don't know about much about Beam. I'm just kind of reading through here how long they've been in business. It looks like since 2006, there's about 35 employees. So it looks like a pretty small company. think market cap of
The good thing is
5 millions.
Yeah, the good thing is their revenue seems to be increasing, over the year. So they are doing something and headed in the direction.
Yeah, they're moving in the right. It's definitely moving in the right direction. I think it'll be interesting to see. I'm definitely going to spend a little bit of time in reading more. So I learned something new coming on. So thank you for whoever shared that with us here. But yeah, that's an interesting one.
Hey Rick, somebody's concerned about your face hiding.
Be right back, y'all.
I don't think he can hear. Rick, can you hear me? Nah, he can't hear us. See, that's why we had his face.
What happened?
Look at the comment.
What does it say?
We can only see half of Rick because of the charts.
Okay. QuantumScape. What is the fourth quarter this year? Speaking about battery technology. Okay, hold on a second here.
QuantumScape. That's an interesting one for sure.
Hey, we're gonna talk about Dogecoin soon, guys. Dogecoin soon.
Doge, much wow.
Let me see who is backing the battery split up by.
I like QuantumScape. I just don't. I think when it comes to solid state batteries, I don't know. I'm still a little skeptical on that. I don't see that I think they're going to have their place.
Mm-hmm.
But when you think about the 4680 from Tesla and what it all offers, and all the benefits that already come with that, and I read things like the CEO of Fisker saying, "Yeah, we were all in." Right? I'm sure anyone who's looking into solid state probably knows this, right? But Fisker was looking into this, right? And at the last minute, they decided that it just wasn't for them. And I think the comment that their CEO had was, they were 90% of the way there, like everything up to it made sense, and then they get towards the end, and that was the last 10% was the hardest. Now, with that said, I think QuantumScape is going to be different. I think they have a very, very solid shot of making it happen. But I think it's going to be one of those like really long-term plays. Like you have to look like 5 years out, 10 years out to really for them to bring something to market. And what I mean by that is on a mass level, right? There's going to be like some prototypes and things like that are going to roll out, but it's not going to be like mass market, millions of cars using this until probably towards the end of the decade here. And when you see names like Volkswagen and I forget who else is involved or invested in QuantumScape, I don't think they're going to fail. I think if you have that long-term horizon for them, it's definitely going to be one of those ones that's going to be a game changer when it comes to battery technology. But I don't think it's a now thing. So if you're putting money there, count on that money being locked up for quite some time, right? And
long term.
Yeah.
Long term. Sure. CCIV. We don't have Mr. CCIV is not on here today. Usually I just throw all the CCIV questions to him. Rick, you have some CCIV. Are you in CCIV?
No, I don't have any CCIV. I'm not a fan.
Okay, yeah. CCIV, man. There are a lot of people holding bags right now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm not.
There are a lot of people holding bags right now. But yeah, I played it a few times with options, and I still have one call that expires in June, I think. So we'll see. That's a $30 call, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, but CCIV, I was a little cautious, but at the same time, it is exciting. I know I know people have a lot to say about it because of competition. Okay, but we had the CEO on, Jim Cramer, and the one thing that I wanted to hear was a partnership with like Apple or one of the big software companies, since they have the hardware, and he somehow completely skipped that. He didn't talk about that at all. So that made me lose a little hope. It's like they haven't settled on anything yet, but at the same time, maybe because they haven't settled on anything, he's not allowed to say anything. So apart from that, it's going to be one of those things. They're going to come out with the luxury version, and you have people who just have a taste for top end luxury stuff, and they are going to have their market. It's going to be a niche market, so and they can capitalize on that. If this rapper steps out in a Lucid, that there are no cheap Lucids out there, so it's kind of like going to have a class of its own. And if they play that very well, then it's like for a very long time, like Porsche cars didn't have the SUV, they didn't have the wagon, they only had the one sports looking like kind of car, because you want your brand name to be attached to one thing.
Yeah,
But apart from that, I don't know. I feel like the whole Saudi connection can also, just like my concern with Neil about the whole China connection and US relations, that's the other side of Lucid that is kind of like oil, oil money 2.0, so there's that.
I mean, I think I agree with your point of, I'm not invested in Lucid. I don't plan to invest in them at all. But I do think that the market is broad enough for all of those to be successful, right? I think they're definitely coming in on the high end, and it's really going to be all about marketing and positioning themselves in the right way. And if they do that, they'll be successful. I think they locked in 500 reservations or pre-orders already, and people are excited for them. I think they come in with over 500 miles of range on the top end for their high-end model. And so the specs are there, the performance is there, right? I think they're going to do well. They really just need to execute and deliver on those cars. And if they do, and it lives up to the hype, which so far, based on the few early reviews that they've done on the prototypes, it's the real deal, right? So it's, from a technology standpoint, I think they're going to do great. It's just about, can they ramp up production fast enough to meet the demand before somebody else comes in and swoops in and gets into that market, right? So I think they'll do well, but I think it's early for me to. I have Tesla, I have NIO. There's only maybe like one more company that I'm interested in investing in the EV space if they come to market, and Lucid is not it. If I had to look, well, I guess I'll just put it out here, right? Is Rivian. I think if Rivian hits the market and they go public, that's one that I would say you want to get in. I think if you look at the partnerships, who they're working with, the tech that they're bringing, how they're building their network, and the approach to their business model, I think that's one that's going to go far. All right, they're playing the adventure angle. They're building their network, their own network. No one else is doing that. Like, everybody else is relying on, like on ChargePoint, on what's the other one? The America something. Forgetting the name. Anyways, I can't. Anyway, that's the point. The point is, everyone else is relying on the current infrastructure, where Rivian is coming in, and they're taking initiative and building out their own network, so that, if you're going to be taking their trucks out in the middle of nowhere, they're making sure that there's a network, there's chargers there for you to do that. And I think there was an announcement not too long ago on a partnership that they struck to build out the network in those remote places. So I think that's the right business model, that's the right approach, and for that, again, and they're partnered with Amazon. I mean, how do you not win, right? So,
Yep. Okay, so we have a question here. Brain Blackstock. So Warren Buffett said the stock market is a tool for transferring money from the hands of the impatient to the hands of the patient. Yeah. So this channel is called Patient Money. So my job is to teach you people to be patient, okay? And it will come. Okay, Rick, what was the term? Patient to Valhalla.
Patient till Valhalla.
We're making a shirt, guys. It's going to be called Patient till Valhalla.
Listen, he gets to 5,000. I'm in on the shirts. I will rock a shirt every
I think
Sunday
we have
night.
like 5 more to get there. 5 more to get there. So
All right, well, let's do it. Let's do it while I'm here.
Exactly, we'll do it. So if you have already taken a big loss, the worst thing you can do is to jump out. But if you're in the process of taking a loss, so this is one thing that you should get into a habit of doing. So for example, let's say I always have shares on options because I know how to play my options and run them back and forth. I make a lot more profit as it's going up. And so, for example, for my shares in CCIV, when it had hit like 55, that was very high because of my first entry was about 21. Okay. So after 55, I just set a stop loss that, look, if this thing drops, 10 to 15% from where it is, start selling off. So after 55, I had a stop loss at 10 to 15%. And I left that as is. So even though it went a little higher, I didn't change it. But when the big dip came, it sold at a decent price for me. And so when you are high in profit, make sure you have some stop losses in place. But I do play penny stocks out a lot myself, and penny stocks do not set stop losses for penny stocks because it could swing like this, and by the end of the day, it's back, like 70% up. So if you set stop losses, you would just be losing money left and right. And I'd rather sell like very low buy orders and hope for a quick dip. And so yeah, what was I talking about? Yes. So you've lost so much money right now. So the worst thing you can do is to leave. If you bought it close to $60, that means you've lost about 50% of your money, unless you've seen another opportunity, you've seen another company that is very enticing that you believe is going to make a run for it. Your money might be put to good use there. Otherwise, you have the shares. Just hold on to them. Yeah. All right. Let's see what else we have in here. He says HBAR is pumping. Hedera, we just looked at Hedera. Let me see if it's really pumping. Mr. Tao, let's see. HBAR. So Rick, what have you been up to? Any new stocks come your way?
Yeah, I got a couple of new ones. With everything kind of dropping right now, I'm just trying to look for those value stocks. And so I kind of found one. Yeah, it's called MOTS. It is a company that what they do is they developed a new device that they use for colonoscopies. And you started reading up into it, you're seeing that the colonoscopies with like when you take the liquid and stuff like that, it's like a 33% chance on that first attempt that they're going to find what they're looking for, or it's going to be successful. With this new device they're using, it's a 98% chance that they'll find whatever they're looking for on the first attempt. So it saves money to customers. It also saves money to insurance companies and to the hospital. So everybody's a win-win-win situation. And they've actually already got it established in a test pilot program with a couple of different hospitals, some big hospitals in there. I can't remember off the top of my head, but stock is probably about $132 right now, $1.32. And every analyst out there is calling this a moderate buy to a strong buy. It's got potential to be huge with the tech market taking a crash. That price actually dropped a little bit. It was around $1.50. So if you're looking for something that's like a value stock that has potential to go up there, that's definitely something to be putting on your radar. MOTS, MOTS.
MOTS. Okay. Take a look at that in a second here. Okay, so Mr. Tao, I just took a look at the Hedera hash graph, and is I don't know. You say it's pumping. Well, we'll see. What's the volume looking like? The trading volume is, well, it's coming up though. The last time we looked at it, it was lower. So that's one thing with some of these altcoins. There could be different groups pumping it. The only way you can see is the trading volume. That's how you know whether it's going to move or not. Yeah. All right. Now let's take a quick look at Workhorse. So Rick, the stock you gave us, what was it again? MOTS?
MOTS. Oh. Yes, sir.
Okay, MOTS. Hold on, let me take a look. Okay, just clicking. 5 days, 1 month, 120 days. This interesting. All right, I'm gonna do some, you know me. I'm gonna do some digging after the live, and Workhorse. Oh man,
do your thing, man. Do your thing.
I have some memories with Workhorse. Let's see. That was last. Was it last? Yeah, I think it was here. This was where I got involved in it. So guys, do you guys have anything to say about Workhorse?
Mm-hmm. I bought some Workhorse last year, and ended up, exiting the position when it was a little higher, and I rotated some of those gains into, I think I rotated that into Tesla, actually. I don't know. My whole thing with Workhorse, the whole thought here is that they were going to get the contract, right? From the post office and all that. I don't know. I think long term, even if the way I look at it, and this is why I exited, right, is even if they had gotten the contract, I don't think they have the capacity to build out, that much demand. I think they might do okay, but there's many other companies out there that, that are likely going to do better. I think one of the ones that comes to mind is, so we have Canu, for example, who has, I think, a much better platform for something like that. You look again at Rivian, right? They built the van for Amazon. I think they would probably be in a better position to service the post office if they really wanted to. I don't know. I don't have. I think it's one that you play short term, and if you were going to get into that, I think it would be a short term play. As it swings up, get in early, let it swing up, and then sell out. It's not something that I would, throw your life savings into. Again, that's
right. And talking about short term play, let's see. Just from the price action, it's looking like it might be primed for a short-term play. Let me see here real quick. Let me bring this down to 15-minute candles so you can see better. All right, what do we have here? RSI pretty neutral. Somewhere around here, this downward streak, it broke out of this. It had a bullish reversal, and I don't think it has fully completed this reversal yet. And at the same time, what is the MACD saying? Yeah, it could be. It's very undecided. Like from here, it's just pretty much undecided where to go. It feels like it has hit bottom temporarily. But yeah, it could be primed for a quick uptick. But then again, yeah, like Tebby said, just be a little cautious. Don't throw your life savings on it.
And I think it might, I think the whole EV sector, Frank, honestly, I think Biden speaks on Wednesday about the infrastructure bill. And then, so you have that catalyst coming on Wednesday, then getting into April. So by the end of the week, you should be hearing how NIO did, how Tesla did for the month of March as far as sales are concerned. So that, might lift the whole EV space for a little bit, and it might drag Workhorse along for the ride. But I think there's probably going to be better places, again, unless you're long on the stock, or you're really looking for that quick pop and you're going to exit right away. I personally wouldn't go there. I think, like I said, it's a position that I exited last year. I know it was like a lot of people were super hyped about it when everybody was speculating that they were going to get the contract from the post office, and which ended up not being the case. But yeah, I think there's some good catalysts coming in the next week or so here. So if it's going to move, I think it's going to be, again, in the next week or two here that it will move, and on the upside.
All right. So quick switch back to crypto. We are looking at Hoge Finance. So pretty much, I earlier on, those of you who were not here at the beginning, I was talking about Anchor USD. I just created an account there, and how everything was instant. I thought it was a scam, and it's pretty much DeFi's decentralized finance. That's like next level crypto. When crypto is in charge, everything is verified almost instantly. So it looks like this is kind of what these guys do. They say Hoge is a meme token with the power of DeFi, decentralized finance. Hoge combines meme and frictionless yield farming for every buys and sells. Oh, okay. So they burn. There's a token burn, and Hoge holders get a share of the transaction as a reward. So I think I will need to go and read this white paper. Do they have their white paper on here? They don't. Okay, I'm gonna have to find their white paper and read it to fully understand how this operates. But
is that the 1 year chart?
Is it? Yes.
Is it a 1 year chart?
Yeah. No, this is their all-time chart. Let's see the 1 year. Okay, 1 year to date. Oh, that means it's a pretty new coin then, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking at there.
Yeah, 3-month chart, 1 month chart. It is a pretty new coin.
New.
Huh. Let's see, when was it? Usually it says here, but we'll probably see that in the white paper. How is the volume doing? Oh, trading volume is up. This is always a great indicator for a pump. Usually the trading volume just goes before price picks up. Because when there's a pump coming, there's a lot of people who don't know that there's a pump coming, and they already have millions of the coin, and they see a quick 20% and they want to take profit, so they will neutralize the price, and they'll keep doing that for a while until the volume overwhelms the buys, overwhelms the sales, and then hey, English is not my first language, guys. Don't criticize my English.
What's your first language? I'm curious.
My first language is Ewe. It's spelled EWE, like EU.
Oh, Ewe?
Yes, exactly. Are you Ghanaian?
Nope.
But you pronounce that pretty well. Yeah.
Next door neighbor.
All right. So okay, so that's Hoge Finance, and again, crypto finance could be huge, but this one, it keeps saying it's a meme crypto. I don't fully get what it means by that. So
I think maybe trying to compare it to Dogecoin.
Exactly.
Which as a meme, right? So maybe
Right.
I don't know. It's interesting. I've never heard of it.
Yeah. I think I saw a few people comment on my videos to make a video on it. But guys, sometimes it takes a lot to make videos. It's no joke, man. You make it. I have to record because I have a stutter. Sometimes I have to record it like 3 times just to get one video out. So it's no joke.
Videos are hard, man.
No joke. Okay, so what we have? Oh yeah, workhorse. Yeah, that was stock for 2020. We thought we are gonna get rich off of.
Yeah, it's definitely a YOLO 2020 style investment.
So guys, SafeMoon, man, somebody on this live 3 weeks ago, Rick, I don't know if you remember, introduced SafeMoon, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the process to purchase SafeMoon is so painful. I consider myself semi-technically literate, right? But I just couldn't get around it just because I live in Texas. So it was just, oh Lord, I don't know. Yes, I tried very many ways. The only way that's looking like it could work for me is if I get a VPN, and I'm not willing to do that. So that's what it is. So when this person's called it went up about almost 300% from when they called it.
Wow.
Yeah. And look at how cheap it is.
No, that's pretty insane.
See,
I thought Dogecoin was cheap like last year when I bought in.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna talk about that. So Dogecoin again. First time I got into Dogecoin was similarly this cheap about in 2017, or there were so many zeros before numbers started.
Yeah.
And then look at where it is now today. So again, what this means is that if you had $100, hold on, I gotta do this calculation right here. $100 divided by 0.1234563 is equal to. So here with $100, my friend, you could purchase 300 million coins of SafeMoon and just hold it forever.
Jesus.
Pretty much.
But the thing is, you guys have to be careful purchasing SafeMoon, because during my process, I had to create a MetaMask wallet, linked it to PancakeSwap, and now I gotta get oh Lord, the process. Then I had to send some Ether from Binance in there, and then there's you have to go to the SafeMoon website because there's a specific way that you can do the exchange. If you don't do it that specific way, your money will just get lost in the abyss.
Yeah, that's a no.
So I was following all the steps in the process. I'm like, what is this? This is just crazy. And yeah, so at some point I gave up, but I might give it another shot again. We'll see. Yeah, I just want to have it in my wallet and just leave it there forever. I'm not yeah,
Just in case.
So yep. Hey, Brian. What's up? Listening? I sent you a link. You shouldn't be listening in the background. There was a CCIV question and we didn't have you here.
Where were you, Brian? Where were you? There was literally no way to defend CCIV.
Lithium, my goodness. Somebody should have told me about lithium stuff last year. I would have been rich by now.
The one that got away.
One that got away. I kept postponing it, and then I just sometimes it's just you don't have to chase. But technically, we might still be early. But I just feel like I don't want to chase some things. That's
The one that comes to mind is Piedmon Piedmont Lithium.
Mhm.
That's the one that, oh man, when was it last? I think it was last year. It was still pretty. Let me look at the chart here quick. But yeah, it's one that was dirt cheap. I think if we go back to August last year, around there, it was around $6 or so. And I was looking at it, right? Because I was looking into like in that, everybody knew that Tesla was looking at, more contracts and all that stuff. And I was looking at different like lithium companies, and Piedmont is one of them that hit me. And I was reading up
What's
on that.
the ticker symbol for that?
It's PLL.
Hold on.
And that's one that I think at some point, and it keeps, the interesting thing with Piedmont is they shot up, right? But it keeps it'll go and come back. I think it dropped as low as 50. If you look at that dip right there,
Yep, 55. Yep.
55, and then went back up, and it's kind of stabilizing right now. My
The
guess
6
is,
months is looking pretty good though.
yeah. And if you go out a year, you'll see it's ascending, right? And if you go
Steady.
steady
That's what I
ascending,
like.
and the reason why that is because they have a contract with Tesla. Like they literally have a multi-year signed contract with Tesla. So I think this is one of them that's going to benefit long term. My issue right now is I keep prioritizing other things, and I keep telling myself when it drops again I'm going to buy in, but then when it does, that's when everything else that I want to add more to is dropping, so then I don't buy. But that would be one that I would say if you're looking for a lithium company, that would be one that I think has some legs to run. And eventually,
That's
I'm going to be
nice.
buying. So I wouldn't like tell anyone to buy anything. Actually, I can't recommend you to buy anything. But if I had to pick one for myself, that's one that I would go after.
All right. So David Clark says, "Oh, Theta. I love Theta. Oh, I love Theta. I love Theta. I don't know if I added it to my 13. So I made a video earlier, guys, how to turn your 1,400 stimulus check into $10,000 in 1 year, and I gave 13 different coins to buy in there, and one of them you were supposed to double up on because I only gave 13 and you had 1,400 and you're supposed to spend $100 on each coin. So
Where did you double up?
it's quite a journey, and some of the coins, I think 2 of them have already doubled 100%. So you should be sitting pretty okay by now. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's take a look at Theta. See where it's at today. Theta, man, look like they are stepping on the gas here.
Went to the moon.
Ooh, you see this volume right here? Somebody's coming in from somewhere. So Theta is one of those coins that I feel like they are matured. At the same time, I feel like they have a long way to go. But they are one of the solid coins. If you think about, if I can think about maybe 10 altcoins that will survive, okay, in the next 10 years, Theta is definitely in there. I hope it changes your life, my friend. I hope it changes your life. Sometimes you just gotta find 1 or 2 coins you believe in, and then write it. That's it. Write it. 3 years. There you go. There you go. That's what I want to hear, man. Sometimes, but for me, the thing that is because of my wife. She's always like, "Did you take your initial out?" I'm like, "If I take it out, I have less principal. I want to grow faster." She's like, "No, you got to take your initial out so that no matter what, you don't lose money." And sometimes I listen to her, and it turns out she's right most of the time, because this dip, and then she said, "You see, I told you to take it out." And now we have more money to buy more. Yeah. RKT stock. RKT stock. Let's see here.
Oh, Rocket Company.
Oh, Rocket Mortgage, right? Yeah, my brother-in-law made a killing on this about is it 3 weeks ago or so? Let me see the 1 month chart here. Yeah, on this run up, he caught it like halfway, rode it to the top, and then jumped off. That's interesting. It actually, this pump here, I'm going to be very honest, this pump was from Reddit. So the Reddit crew said they picked a random coin to push for 1 day, and it was Rocket Mortgage. So when it happened, it was just a quick flash pump, and then they were out of it. But again, that doesn't change anything about the company. Okay, so when these price actions happen, everything just goes back to normal, as you can see. And I don't know much about what they have coming up, but you know what? Let me just take a look here real quick while we are at it. KT. And during this big market crash, finance companies haven't suffered as much. If you noticed, it's the tech companies that have been taking the hit. All these, future forward-looking companies, they have been taking the most hit.
Yeah, and actually, financials are going to be doing better over the next quarter here. I mean, you already saw them starting to move up mid-February as we start rotating, and I would say that over the next 3 months, like for Q2 through into the summer, I think they're going to do better. Right? People are traveling, people are taking loans, trying to buy homes, and all that stuff. So anything that's everything that's going to be in the financial sector. Well, I shouldn't say everything. Most things in the financial sector are going to do well over the next quarter or two here. And I'm just looking at the chart and how they've been doing in relation to, for their earnings. And for the past year, if you go back to Q1 2020, they've been outperforming. So that's interesting.
Interesting.
They have
Good.
they have 14 analysts covering the stock. Most of them are recommending holding right now. And that's likely, I would say, because we're through this rotation, right? And we saw
Exactly.
we saw that big pump that you pointed out rightfully there. So right now it's like, well, it went to the moon and back. So do you really want to jump in as it's trending down, or do you just want to hold off? And I think it's more of a hold and watch again, unless you know exactly what they're doing, they're where they're going long term, and you understand the business. Then I would say, jump in. Which I'm not that big into financial stocks or anything like that. But
oh, Brian, okay, you're filming videos. I'm over here doing a live. I haven't filmed any video for this week. Yo, this YouTube is no joke, man. I hope I can get a video out tomorrow. Tebby, can you leave your channel link in the comments?
Yeah,
And then
in
I'll
the,
put it.
I'm going to put in the chat or in the private one.
No, just put it in the general one, and then
Okay.
I'll put it in the description as well. And guys, Brian is not here today with us, but Brian is one of the OGs here, and he also has a channel, same name, Brian Herwing, and he focuses a lot on momentum stocks. So PLTR, NEO, Tesla. If there's momentum there, Brian is on it. So check out his channel as well. Yeah. Okay. What else do we have? What else do we have here? Oh, Star J. Nice. Nice. I've been looking for an entry point myself, but I have my money's locked up in a lot of stuff, guys. Guys, I think we have 4 more subscribers to get to 5K. 4 more. So if anybody's watching and they are new and you haven't subscribed, please. All right. Okay, so good looking. Okay, it's a little too much information here, but okay. With a civil war, I believe everything will crash if there is a civil war. It's just a matter of you know, I don't know. You could wake up back home, okay, in the village. They would say, some people wake up and they say, "Oh, there's a lion on the road, so I'm not gonna go to the farm," right? or or you could head to the farm and then tackle the problem as it arises. So yeah, definitely, if the market is crashing, people will be a little skeptical. It could very well switch to Bitcoin shooting and rising because it might be a little bit more trustworthy. But if the market is radically crashing, people will be turning to things like physical gold and physical silver and stuff that it's not like it's on a credit card and, oh, the bank is bombed. It's like you can't swipe and get anything. So everything might crash alongside, but again, I'm not an expert. So okay, good looking, too much information, my goodness. All right, best stocks to buy this week. That's a great question. So Friday, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Friday there was a little bit of a run up, getting to the end of the day. Things seem to be waking up a little bit. So I feel like the tech stocks might actually have their bounce coming up again. And usually these dips do not last for more than 6 weeks historically. Okay, we could always break history, but right now it's like 4.5, almost 5 weeks of this kind of dip, a slight rise, and then more dips. So technically, we should, after one more week, we should see some kind of a bullish run. If you haven't invested fully yet, you are way ahead of anyone who invested a month ago. By default, you are just way ahead of them. So if you are now jumping in, you don't have much to worry about. So guys, I'm gonna drop Tebby's channel in the comments as well, and I'm going to add it to the description of this video when it ends, because most people apparently watch the live session after it ends, because that's when they'll be asking questions in the comments. I'm like, this ended yesterday. Yeah. All right. You're welcome, my friend. NFTs. So
Oh man,
Tevy, do you know anything about NFTs?
yeah, a little bit. Definitely not an expert, but NFTs definitely got me a lot more bullish on Ethereum, right? I think so. NFT is an interesting concept, and without going too long, because I don't want to, otherwise I might be here for hours talking. But I think it's an interesting concept, right? If you think about where the world is going, like we're converting and going a lot more digital. I think the first time that I heard about NFTs, I was kind of confused, to be honest, right? I think it makes sense maybe to the younger crowd, because you have everything, your whole life is on your phone, right? So you don't necessarily care about holding art in physical form. Like if you can have it on your phone, or you don't want digital, you don't want physical trading cards. You want moments, right? You can have that moment from Top Shot or whatever. So I think it makes perfect sense once you kind of backtrack from what you're used to and thinking about where the world is going. And I think, again, I may not buy an NFT myself, but when I think about what they're building, the entire infrastructure of NFTs and what's supporting it, which again is on the Ethereum network, that's why I'm bullish on Ethereum. But I will say though that because they're gaining in popularity, there's a lot of money to be made with NFTs. I have a friend of mine who's heavy in them. He, again, does the Top Shots. That's like the NBA one. I don't know if you know about NFTs, you know about Top Shot. But he's big in that, and he's been making a killing. It's got me thinking about maybe I should be signing up and and buying some, right? But no, I think again, it's one of those things that I wouldn't throw your life money, your life savings at it, but it's certainly worth expanding and diversifying that way. I think it's going to gain momentum. There's a lot of money being spent on NFT art. I think recently, put it this way, Jack Dorsey from Twitter decided to sell his first tweet, right? And that wrote, like, I think he sold it for, or is going to be selling it for $2.5 million. Elon Musk had he created like this NFT with the Dogecoin symbol, some house music and whatnot. Looks pretty cool, right? And because it is Elon, that I think the highest bid on there was over $1 million. Ended up not selling it, but if you have the right person pushing an NFT, it's going to fetch a ton of money. And this whole Top Shot deal with like the moments right now, if you were to catch like a Kobe Bryant, slam dunk or something like that, and there's only been, and they only issue like maybe like 1,000 of those, that's going to be worth a ridiculous amount of money. It already is, but it will be even more so down the road. So I think it's definitely a worthwhile investment. I would say do your research and understand what it is and who's selling it and what's the real potential value behind it. But it's only going to gain in momentum, right? And it's not just your average person. You have like major art galleries that are getting into the space. So I think it's got some legs to run, and one way to play that if you're not looking to buy NFTs yourself is to invest into Ethereum. I think Ethereum is likely going to, I don't know, don't hold me to this, but I'm going to say 10K or more over the next year or two here.
That's my exact prediction. So we're on the same page on this channel. Yeah, I'm saying 10K by the end of this year, which is, this year has a long way to go. So I'm waiting for the next big run.
And they have, and the reason why I'm so bullish about it is like they have their new, I think it's April 1st that they're introducing the next upgrade to the network. Mm-hmm. And I think that is really where things are going to start, picking up.
Right. And guys, those of you who are big on short plays. So even though I have many coins, when I see a move happening, I kind of move some funds, okay? Like quite a lot of funds into where I see the move happening just for a short-term run, okay? And then after that, I stabilize it across board again. So Ethereum, I think, should have a run coming up to this announcement for no reason at all. It would have a little bit of a run leading up to the announcement. So it could be a quick flip, quick 20-30% for you. And I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, so SafeMoon. All right, so SafeMoon, I already spoke about how I struggle to make things work because my state does not allow me to access my old Binance account. So I can only withdraw some stuff on there into my Binance US, which my state also doesn't allow me to access, but somehow I have access to. So it's been a pretty dicey situation for me. But as I was trying to do it, one thing I learned about this SafeMoon is that just be a little careful with SafeMoon. It's something that looks like if you're able to get it now, you've got it in quite early and it's good for you. But they have you set the slippage to 11 to 12% slippage. I don't even know when they added the 12%. When I checked it last week, it was 11%, now 11 to 12%. And most people report that they slip you off closer to the high end. So they pretty much steal like 10% of your money right off the bat as you're swapping. Okay. But then this doesn't change anything that this is probably a good project that might moon and 1,000%, 5,000%. At that point, this 10% jip would not mean too much. But I don't know why they're doing it, but they're probably doing it just to fund their programmers, or it's a way to get money back. It's just not very ethical from my point of view. But at the same time, the project seems like it's in its infancy. Okay, based on the price action and some other stuff. I haven't read their full white paper. So if you're able to get in, good job, man. Hold on and see what happens. Hey, they on the website they tell you to hold on for dear life. So I guess they're right.
There you go.
All right, that was SafeMoon. Okay, so there we already spoke about this, and then Visa, man. Visa is a long, how do I call it? It's a long value stock, long value dividend stock that you just hold.
Yeah,
You just hold and forget about.
that's a buy and hold and forget about it. I think, yeah,
sometimes there are places that you want to pack your cash. Okay, you just want to pack your cash. Okay, Visa is one of those places. Where when things come to shove, it's not gonna go down as much as so many other things. So that's kind of like where you pack your cash for when you need to sell stuff. So yeah, don't do anything crazy with it right now.
No, and actually it dropped a bit, right? I mean, it's back on the rise.
Right, I saw that.
28. We're back down to 213. But if you look at the last month, we're down just by a tiny bit. But overall, it's moving in the right direction.
Overall, it's not much. Overall, it's playing within like 5%.
Yeah.
It's not doing anything crazy like any of the other stuff. Yeah.
And you don't buy a Visa because you're looking for that quick pop and
nope.
Make a ton of money. You buy a Visa because it gives you security.
And dividends.
And dividends, right? Exactly.
Yep.
And when you consider that, and they're smart, right? Like, I mean, everybody uses Visa, and now Visa has a card that gives you a Bitcoin reward. So again, they were the first major credit card company to make that move. So when you think about how they are approaching the new age, you can't go wrong with Visa. So if you have a ton of money that or even not even a ton, whatever you want to invest, and you want something that's safe, that's going to pay you, some cash and over time grow, right? Over the longer term horizon, Visa is a great way to go. You can't go wrong with it, I guess, is the bottom line.
True. I'm coming. I'll go back after that. Take that question. Yes, sir, man. I think you've been on this channel for a while. I think I remember your name. Yeah, I've been talking about VeChain for more than a month now, and yeah, it did take off together with VTHO. I told you those two are linked together. And again, I'll keep saying this: if you have VeChain or you plan to own VeChain, do not buy it on an exchange like Binance or wherever you find it, Voyager and stuff like that, because when you have VeChain, it automatically generates VTHO, which you can sell, which is very valuable. But if you have it on an exchange, guess what? They keep it. You don't see the VTHO. So put it in a wallet. Exodus wallet is free. When I created one, it took seconds and I was in. You just have to make sure you remember your seed phrase, which is like the 12 words in order. Write it down, type it, whatever, so that just in case you lose it, you lose your password, you can always reset it with the seed phrase. That's it. It's a free wallet. And in that wallet, you can also exchange. If you have Ethereum, whatever, you can exchange it into VeChain or VTHO or whatever. But if you have VTHO, you will automatically be generating VTHO. Free money, guys. Free money. Oh, decentralized in the house. Okay, decentralized has some explanation for us here, man. I think yes, it's decentralized who put me on SafeMoon and send me down the rabbit hole. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, we read that earlier about the burning, but okay. Well, that makes a lot more sense now. I guess it makes a lot more sense now. It's hard to keep up with everything, man. These coins, each one has such a different structure. It's just okay.
Yeah, I'm
So
impressed. I'm impressed. You're like, you're following that many of them. Honestly,
well, it's
I
hard.
love crypto, but I tend to really focus on just a handful,
Yeah,
um,
man.
and just really like learn about those and just focus on those. But yeah, that's a lot. There's so many cryptos out there that
It's so many, like way too many. There's like 1,000 of them out there right now. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and there's more being created all the time, right? I think anybody can
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
create.
The funny thing is, somebody actually approached me to create a decentralized application on the Ethereum platform.
There you go.
And I'm like, dude, the last time I programmed was about 6 years ago. These days I make YouTube videos. Oh man. All right, decentralized. Thank you very much for that explanation. I'll look further into it, but it seems like it makes a lot of sense. And we'd like to have you on the channel sometime because you always have very great insight on crypto. So let me know if you want to be on camera. It's not that scary. If I can do it, you can do it. Trust me. All right. Let's see. So, Tebby, is this like your first live, or have you gone on live on your channel yet?
No, I actually I haven't gone live on my channel before. So yeah, this would be my first live. So I thought it would be an interesting experience, and I appreciate the invite for sure.
No problem, man.
Giving me some ideas for my own channel. So trying to see.
There you
My
go.
channel is small, right? And I think I have like 45 subscribers right now.
Guys, let's get that up. Let's get that up, man. His channel is in the comments. I posted it earlier. Let's get it up, guys. All right.
Yeah,
what else do we have here? I think we have three more to 5,000. Come on. Do we have 3 new people in here watching right now?
You're so close, though. I feel like that's
close.
Do you mostly do live on your channel then?
No. I try to do it at least once a week. I'm trying to do it twice a week. Because to be honest, on the lives, the interesting part is that I actually learn a lot more from the comment section, because you have people who know just 1 or 2 stocks and they know it very well, or they know 1 or 2 cryptos and they know it very well. So when I talk about it and I make a mistake, they will correct me, right? They will show me what's happening, and then I will learn and I'll be able to go do more research. And during the lives too, I feel like there's more of a connection with people. So I think for your channel, lives will be good for you, because to be monetized, you need 4,000 watch hours, and it's easy to get a lot of watch hours during a live session. So yeah, so do some lives, buddy. Do some lives.
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna get on that. And I think like the hard part about the videos, right, is like you can't always get everything out in a timely fashion.
Exactly.
And I feel like if people have questions, right, to be able to elaborate a little bit more. So I think this is great. So yeah, again, it's been good, and I think I'll probably start doing some of that. And if you want to come on, whenever.
Sounds good, man. Let me know. Sounds good.
We can do that.
Yeah, sure, man. Let me know. Doge. Yeah, man. So Doge took a dip. It took a dip. When was it? Was it last week?
Yeah.
It was like 5.0, 4 something. Yeah. It took a dip, and I actually grabbed a little bit because I knew it was gonna fight back up to like the high 5s. Let's see where it is now, though.
It's at 5.3 right now.
5.3. It's struggling.
Down.
It's struggling, but I have a feeling that there might be a pump coming up soon again.
Yeah. The thing that's and so I'm a big Doge fan, right? Like I know that's
why I have you on here.
I'm 100% in Doge. Like I bought Doge when it was like on the low, and at the time, it's like what drew me to it was just the whole community. the meme and Elon and everybody else that's into the coin, right? But I think this is one that has a dollar for sure in sight. I don't know around what time horizon, but Doge is, if you think about Bitcoin is, everybody talks about Bitcoin and everything, but realistically, you're not going to be able to, you're not going to be able to pay I mean, you can pay in Bitcoin, so I shouldn't say that. But if you own Bitcoin, right, you're not going to want to spend like 0.00 whatever Bitcoin to buy something. And that's where I think Dogecoin makes a lot more sense. It's, by the time it gets fully valued, it's probably going to reach $1. And it's going to be much easier to spend your Dogecoin and buy tea, coffee, or whatever else than it is to, spend your Bitcoin. But, over time, and you start looking at, the adoption rate and where you can now use your Dogecoins. I did a video not too long ago on that, some of the luxury hotels are allowing you to pay in Dogecoin now. Mark Cuban is, taking Dogecoin for his math ticket sales and the merch and all that stuff. Probably won't be long before Elon says, "Hey, and now you can buy a Tesla with Dogecoin too. We let you do it in Bitcoin. Now you can do it in Doge." So,
not to cut you off, but
yeah,
why is it not that all companies don't just start accepting it? Because look, here's the thing: you can accept it with like a 3%, margin. Yeah. And then within the hour of accepting Doge, you can convert it to whatever currency you want. You can convert it to fiat, US dollars. You can convert it to Bitcoin, whatever. I don't understand why companies just don't come up and say we accept Doge. It shouldn't be a problem.
It's interesting, but but you're starting to see that switch, right? Like the big thing with so if you think about Bitcoin is the grandpa of crypto, right? And it's super secure. Whether you like it or don't, like there's no denying the merits of Bitcoin from a security standpoint. Dogecoin, on the other end, was created as a meme. It was supposed to be a joke, never meant to blow up and become what it is today. So if you're like a bigger company, like I don't know, like a Visa or a business of some sort, I don't think we're quite at the point yet where the vast majority of those businesses are seeing Doge as something viable that's really going to survive. They're starting to make that conversion. It was interesting. I went on BitPay and I was looking at all the businesses that accept both Bitcoin and Dogecoin, and that list is growing. And all those companies that are starting to make the shift towards accepting Dogecoin are doing so through BitPay. So to me, it's really only a matter of time. If you really look at it, like crypto, everything is moving towards blockchain and crypto. I think more than likely the ones that are going to survive and be used as currency, worldwide are going to be, far and few in between. And I think Dogecoin is going to be one of those. Because again, if you get Dogecoin to 50 cents even, it doesn't even have to make it to $1. Well, let's say that it gets to 50 cents, it becomes a good alternative from a payment perspective for the dollar. And if you go, further out and you're thinking about Europe and you're thinking about Africa or, some of the other continents or places in the world, 50 cents represent quite a decent amount of money on the African continent. And I think Bitcoin is big in Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken. And so if you 50 cents converted into the local currency, that's a decent amount of money for, whatever transactions. So if you start getting outside of the US and thinking about the utilization and how, Dogecoin could be used and where it could be used and all that, I think it makes perfect sense. And again, when I see some of the people, the businesses that are starting to convert over, I think it's the more it gains popularity and acceptance, the higher the price will go. And I think I was reading something that Elon posted where he actually started mining Dogecoin. Right. So right now he's saying he's doing it. He did it with his kid, and it was just meant to be fun. But you think about their the quantum computer that they're building right now. What is the name of that system? Now it's escaping me. It's funny. Any other time I would be able to say it, but now I can't think about
it. That's what happens when the camera is on.
Now I can think about it. But the thing is, if you consider that they have the capability to mine it, and Elon loves Dogecoin. I wouldn't be surprised if, over time they start mining it, and again they start accepting it for Teslas. But I think what's really encouraging for the crypto space, and I'm trying to wrap it up here, but one of the big complaints about Bitcoin and a lot of the other cryptos is the energy consumption, right? That comes along with it. I think that's like one of the number one critics for crypto, and it's not friendly to the environment. Well, you have somebody like Elon Musk who's big on energy, solar, battery packs, and all that, who could truly innovate the entire sector and move a lot of the energy dependency into clean energy, right? So solar to support the mining efforts. And I think once that happens, right, then there's really no other reasons, or one less reason why you could complain about the whole crypto mining process. And I think it goes to the moon from there. So if you have Dogecoin, hold it. If it dips, buy some more. It's one that has legs to grow.
All right, sure. we should have a just a Doge live. I used to have those. Okay, I used to have this Dogecoin only lives. I'm not kidding. Yeah,
there's a lot going on. Like, I like Yahoo Finance, like the app. There's a lot of articles that get posted on there. I like to go on. There's another website that I like to go to and read up on Doge news, but there's a ton going on when it comes to acceptance and mass conversion of people that are now accepting and using Doge. So
right. But I think with the whole energy situation, if we are able to like, again, earlier in the live, I was talking about setting up my my mining rig, right? And it just occurred to me, what if I could have a rig set up and the energy source would be entirely solar? I think that would be great. So it's something to think about, because my wife and I are thinking about building, and that way I would design, like, you literally have to design a nice build this such that you have enough solar panels to be able to power all the rigs you have in there. And yeah, the future is interesting, by the way.
You're in Texas, right?
I am.
You're in Texas.
Two problems. It's hot, but you have okay, it's hot, but then you have the sun. So that's the thing. So you have to spend a lot more energy cooling the GPUs, because when they get very hot, the hash rate reduces. They don't mine as fast, and sometimes they fry. So you gotta spend money to cool the room that your mining rig is. So that's the next thing to worry about.
Well, and I guess this is probably like the last plug that I'll put there, but one of the ways that I see that, and it's not going to be cheap by any means. So, let's just put that out there. But one of the ways that you could get there, right, is if you were to install like a solar roof and you had like another, like plug in Tesla stuff, because, whatever. But if you went with like Tesla solar and you had the storage unit, like their battery storage, and all that stuff, you no longer rely on the grid. And with how much solar energy and the sun is like beating in Texas, right? So it's not like there's any shortages of that. So you should be able to generate enough energy from that setup, right? Your entire roof is solar and capturing that energy to handle all that. And that's where I think long term, like where it's going. I think that when you start thinking about there's more and more neighborhoods start being built up with like solar, standards, as solar roofs as standard, and the Tesla battery packs and all that. Again, I talk about that on my channel and stuff. But there's a path there when you start putting it all together, and that's one of the interesting things I was thinking about with like crypto and and where things could be going. And how do you remove all the roadblocks that are right now have been slowing down that space? And energy has been a big talk on why you're not seeing that mass adoption.
Right.
I think that's one way you get around that.
Since you mentioned the guys in the comments, guys, we'll get there. Okay, ALH. I'm gonna get there in a second. Since you mentioned the Tesla solar, there's one stock that I don't do too many videos on blue chip companies. There's one stock that I made a video on, which I believe will do very well, is SPRQ, Sunlight Financial. And this company, what they do is they get people with homes, okay, to get solar installed on their roofs with no money out of pocket. And for the same amount, pretty much the same amount that you spend on electric bills, that will be your monthly payment. And within 25 years, you would have paid for your entire system. And then you're going to have free energy forever or until the system breaks down.
Right.
And their main supplier is Tesla. And this company, they're actually going public through a SPAC. So the SPAC is the SPRQ. But the company Sunlight Financial, they have been profitable from when they started. And the guy in charge of it used to be the president of Bank of America or something like that. And he's run so many different banks and stuff. And then he's just really good at what he does. And their rate of bad loans is like much lower because of how they operate. And so that company is SPRQ. It's not going to be something that will shoot up today or tomorrow, but it's one company that has been very profitable from the very beginning. And even the money they raised from the SPAC, they didn't need it. They didn't need the money at all. So it's one to look out for. All right, so ALH, I only see it on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. And let's see. Okay, I'm just looking at a quick price action here. Nothing much to see. The 6 month looks like it kind of on a little bit of a rise. Got a bump here. I don't know what happened here. But let's see more about ALH Holdings. Where the US 310. Hey, how are the stock futures doing? Look like we're up on the stock futures, man.
Yeah.
It looks like tomorrow might be a good day, guys. Yo, it's like this never ending. I don't know. My goodness, the 1 month, 6 month. So what exactly does this company do? Please tell me. Oh, is the wrong one?
Oh, it's
Wrong
back
one.
down.
Okay. See, I knew something was off here. AL, is it ALH? ALH. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do this, guys.
What is the ticker? ALH.
ALH. Probably look it up.
Polaris Holding.
That's what I found, and they said it was the wrong one.
Yeah, I don't even see it on. I'm on Yahoo Finance right now.
Oh, CoinGecko. It's a coin. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's why.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's the thing. You gotta tell us if it's a coin or a stock. Then we know. I thought it was a stock. Okay. Allo hash. Okay, here we can see what they do. Huh. The all-time looks a little bit
That's
straight.
not looking too hot.
It's straight lines are a little scary here. Let's see. 1 month. What happened here? What happened here? What happened here?
That looks like just moving on pump. Like,
It's looking like that, but at the same time, it's not varying too much from the base. So the question is, right now it's almost back down to where it was a month ago. Let's look at a 3 month, nothing, 1 year. So it looks like it's a pretty new coin here. Let me see. Okay, before I even look at what it's about, the price action right now doesn't look good. Okay, it doesn't look like it has a lot of liquidity. The trading volume is very low for crypto. The trading volume being 71,000, that is super low. You have like 200 people trading this, and so it could be very hard to sell your coin. So that's one thing you have to look for. You could buy it, and then it went up a little. Okay, you want to sell it, but there's nobody to sell it to. But if it's a coin that is at its infancy, then it could just mean that you're early, and you could get cheapies and hold on until it becomes popular. Then you sell. But so far, first red light is that the trading volume is down 87% in the past 24 hours. So it means that it's been dumped again. Okay, that means there was a push, and then it was dumped. For what reason, I do not know. Now, let me just take a quick look down here. Allohash is a centralized application platform that enables users to send, receive, swap cryptocurrencies without internet connection. Whoa, without internet connection. Okay. The platform enables users to SMS. Okay. SMS or phone calls. Okay. So here's one big thing. I went back home to my homeland, Ghana, and a lot of people were banking on the phone. Phone banking is huge in Africa. And I'm like, why are we not doing it here? It just seems so, I don't know, it seems so easy and quick, you know? People would buy stuff and then they just send, they call it Momo. It's money, mobile money. Yeah. They just buy and then, how much is it? This is it. Verbally, you agree on the price and then boom, you send and then they accept and then boom, that's it. I'm
it's
like, no touching of cash, no, and majority of transactions are going on like that. So I thought it was quite interesting, and that's what Cardano is trying to capitalize on in Africa because of the use of phones for stuff.
That's interesting. I haven't even heard about that. I was keen enough on this. A lot of the Bitcoin ATMs are popping up everywhere these days now, where you don't even have to. You don't necessarily need like a phone or a computer. You can just go to the ATM and buy your Bitcoin there. But to actually hear like what you just mentioned, that's another level. So there's a lot of reasons to be bullish on crypto for sure. All of them will survive, but there's definitely it's definitely moving that way.
Or you could use it to top up your virtual phone balance. You know what? This could be huge, man. I don't know. I like what I'm reading here. I just don't like the price action, guys. I like what I'm reading here. The price action is what looks funky. It looks like it's being heavily manipulated. So just watch out for that. But it's like, the funny thing is, the reason why I like what I'm reading here is that I know a lot of people in North America might not understand this, like topping up your phone, phone balance and stuff like that. Over here, we do the credit system where, okay, you use your phone, you call whatever country you want. At the end of the month, AT&T bills you. Back in Africa, everything is prepaid. So if you are if your credit is finished, the call cuts on you. And that's that. You got to top it up. You have to buy more credit. Everything is prepaid. If you're going to buy a house, you're going to buy a car, you are paying in cash. There's no credit card system. There's no I'll buy it now, pay it later. No, you save the money under your pillow for months or years, and then you go buy the car with cash. Okay.
The interesting thing too is like maybe for like I think anybody that's like 20 years old or 20 years or younger is probably not going to remember this. But if you go back, I want to say like early 2000s, you could buy, it's like cell phones, like you could buy cards and recharge, right? And so they would sell you like those little cards, and you could use that to to get minutes for overseas calls and stuff. And they were doing that here. Like I remember buying like those prepaid cards and stuff, which has obviously gone away now. At least I don't think that you can do that anymore. I think now it's all about just getting your service through one of the major providers and getting international calls. But yeah, having the ability to use prepaid cards and stuff like that used to be all the rage, even here in the US, and that kind of moved away from that. But
yeah, I think when I first came to the US, I think that was 2008. When I first came, the only thing I could afford was a track phone, and it was kind of like prepaid too. And for me, I was so used to it. I'm like, this is everyone is like, you have you have a track phone? Like, what is that? Like, yeah. All right. So, okay. So I think he said something here about it not being updated. He said most of it is traded somewhere else, and it's only the Uniswap transactions that have been updated. Okay. So it happens a lot with a lot of new coins. They don't get on most of the big exchanges, and they wait for their market capital to go up before they are accepted. So if you are able to get in early, then it could be good. But sometimes just be careful. Some people even create some of these coins like as a replica of the original coin. So just be careful when you're buying some of the very small coins. It could even have the same name. Be careful when you're swapping. Don't swap into somebody's pocket. So all right, back to ADA. All right, guys, I made a whole video on Cardano and why Cardano is going to probably hit $7 by the end of the year. And I think Cardano is on track. They have some more announcements to they are now on Coinbase, and that move caused them to push. I said it on this live that the fact that they were going on Coinbase, they were going to have a little bit of a pump, and they went up to 1.4, and now they've come back down to earth. so now they are going to be stable now until the next announcement, which they said was supposed to be at the beginning of March. There's an update to the what's the name? Oh Lord. Project. I've said it so many times in the video. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, Cardano is still solid. It's just going to be probably a slow runner. And hopefully it hits my price target for the year, which is pretty crazy from where it is right now. But I still believe it's probably gonna get there. So we'll see. We'll see. Charles Hoskinson, I love him. The guy is very smart. I like the fact that he has actually volunteered to help on the Ethereum Classic team. And you guys know I'm big on Ethereum Classic too. So that's huge. And again, Charles Hoskinson doesn't like Hedera Hashgraph. Okay.
Hey, so I'm probably gonna be dropping off pretty soon here. I don't know if there's any other questions in the audience.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much for coming on. It was good having you on, good having you on, my friend. Yeah, sometimes these lives, there's no time. I just keep going till I'm tired, and I'm like, okay.
No, this is pretty cool. Like I like it, and I'm definitely, I'll definitely jump back on at some point. Yeah, just let me know.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, man. Peace.
Yep.
Yeah, stay in touch on Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we'll keep in touch there.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Hazy. It amazes me that I still have to swipe and sign sometimes. Oh wow, interesting. Yes, here, most places here you still have to swipe and sign and all that. It's like, it's hard. But in the cities, in New York and places, there are some places that they've stopped accepting cash. If you have cash and you walk into the coffee store, they kick you out. There are some places that they've stopped accepting cash, but apparently it's illegal. It's federally illegal, but some stores have just stopped accepting cash altogether. But still, our cards are far away from the tap system. A few stores do it, but most you have to sign, and Canada, man, I love the Canadian currency. Like when I first held it, I'm like, the quality is just man, it can't even get wet. It can't even I could even wash it in my in my pants and be all right. Okay, let's see. Oh, you use mobile money in Eritrea too? That's cool. That's cool. That hey, it's probably gonna get to the US soon. If when people realize how efficient it is and seamless it is. Yeah. Yeah. Same system, man. Same system. Oh, the name of the guest here. This is his channel right here. Control V. I think that's his channel. I may be wrong. Let me see. Here, let's see. Is this his channel? Oh no, that is not his channel. My bad. I can get it for you guys in a second. Do private chat here. All right, Control C, and here. Let me see. Make sure this is it. All right, invest with T Claus. So this is his channel here. Invest with T Claus. I am going to paste it here, guys. Go show him some love. Yep. Yeah, I saw him on Twitter. I think we tweeted about the same stock, and then he commented and I commented back. I'm like, hey, let me have you on this channel. I saw that he had started a YouTube channel, so I decided to bring him on just so that it's not just me mumbling here. We have different ideas coming. So I hope to bring more people on, but a lot of people are not comfortable coming on the live. So if there's any of you watching that want to come on the live and put yourself out there, let me know. Send me a message. If you go to my about, my email is there. So it's, yeah. Who else? What else we have? Yeah, his name is Tebby, Tevi. Tebby. I was gonna say Tevi, but good he pronouncing himself, so Tebby. Yeah. It would be a while. I know, right? US, I feel like US, there are just so many bottlenecks. Whatever needs to be done, they kind of like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. It's funny how some little things are different. Like when I drove to Toronto back in 2018, and I got to the gas station, and it's like, oh, what was it? It was like you put in your gas, and then you go in to pay. I'm used to, okay, let me just pay with my card and pump my gas. But then I got two different gas stations did the same thing. It's, oh, you go and then you gas it up, and then after you gas it up, then you go inside to pay. And I'm like, why do they do that? I wonder how many people drive off, but it's just something I never saw in the US. In New Jersey, you cannot fetch your own gas. You sit in your car, somebody will get your gas for you, and then the other side about that is that they will be expecting a tip, so you got to tip them. And but I lived for the most part in Pennsylvania, so I was used to getting my own gas. When I get to the gas station, that's where I take my time to get my own gas, clean the car a little bit, and get ready for the next thing. Yeah. Brian, cool. Yeah, you guys are lit in Canada. The trust in Canada is too real. It's a little bit too real, my friend. Yeah, you guys are so chill, like so chill. Yeah, to be honest, everything you hear about Canadians being the nicest people is so true. It's so true. Yeah. So when I was there, like I knew exactly where I was going, what I needed. But when I met people and I spoke, oh, you have an accent. Where are you from? Do you need anything? I'm like, I'm okay. I know where I'm going. I'm fine. Yeah, people were ready to take me in. Oh man. All right. So yeah, that's T-Class there. Let's see what else we have to talk about before I wrap this up. We are almost done for today. Let's see. Did we make 5K? Guys, I think we're left like 3 more to make 5K. 499. I cannot tell. Well, I can tell from here. Let me see. Man. Oh, guys, looks like 3 more to 5K. So I guess I'm gonna leave it at that. Looks like we cannot make 5K tonight, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm happy you guys are all here. Wait, thoughts of Cineworld. I don't know much about that. What's up with them? What's up? Let me know what's up with them. You put gas first, and then you can pay. You can pay at the pump too before. But yeah, that's so weird. So in the US, if you want to pay with cash or you want to pay at the station and not like swipe yourself, you go in the gas station first, then you pay. Exactly. You know what? Come to think about it, the US system is messed up because whenever I'm doing that, I have to guess how many gallons will go in my car. So I would guess and be like, 12 gallons. Then I do the calculation and I'll be like, okay, give me $30 worth of gas. And sometimes your gas fills up, okay, before your $30 is over. Then now you have to go back inside and go get change, which is so backward. If we were to just fill it first, then we go and then we know the exact amount to pay. Ha! Oh well. Again, US man. Yeah, that's interesting. Tomorrow morning I wake up with 5K. Yeah, I hope so. For some reason, the subscribers have reduced a little bit. I think I need to make more videos, but yeah, we'll see. Yes, I think market is going up this week. You know why? Let's look at the futures market. Let's see here. What do we have? I like this one. What? Dow is down? But where's the others? You're not even showing me the others. CNN is on. CNN is not stable, guys. Hold on. Where's TD? TD usually. Oh, I am on the incognito. Yeah, I use incognito when I'm doing live, just so because all my stuff I'm already logged into all my stuff, so that's why I don't. What? The Dow Mini is down. Well, let's hope there's a reversal before tomorrow, guys. But sometimes I prefer it this way than to see it big green early, and then by the time you sleep and wake up, there's a big reversal, and then the market has decided to do some crazy stuff. Yeah. What? 5K now? What? Let's see. Let me see here. Refresh this. Is it? Oh, it says 49.98, but I mean it could be this thing takes a while to update. So on the back end here it takes a while to update, but 49.98. Hey, that's cool. I think it's getting there. You know what? The main channel says 5K, so I guess it is. But when I look on the back end, it says 49.98. Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys, all those who have been here from the beginning. Thank you all so much. And Hopefully, I'm able to do more to keep this channel going. But definitely, the Raven coin build is one of the next moves. And then I haven't forgotten, I'm still preparing the options tutorials. I'm just trying to see how effectively I can break them down. I'm practicing on my wife. So I would, try to see if I could teach her some particular aspect in like 5 minutes and see if she can get it. And because I don't want the videos to be too short or too long, I want it to be such that people will actually watch it fully and understand it. So that is that's why it's not fully out yet, and because I'm doing a lot of different other things. So yeah. So thank you very much, guys, for being here, and I'll be seeing all of you on the next live. I'm going to try very hard and do 2 lives a week, and all that. 5K on you. Thank you. Oh, Victor, come on, don't say that. To be honest with you, I can only handle 1 more week of going down. Like, I need something to lift up my spirit a little bit. It's like we've been going down for so long, and even my puts, like I closed some because they were in profit, but then I'm more long than short on most of my stuff. So it's a little draining, because you are the same person who is telling people to be patient and to hold on, and at the same time myself, I'm looking at my money, and you see the money is almost halved. Your portfolio is almost halved, but you still have all the shares, and you just gotta hold and wait. It's a bad feeling. It's too much pain. So I hope we get out of it soon. Yeah. It's definitely a W recovery, up and down. The little 2 weeks ago when it bounced up a little bit, I was able to recoup some quick profits. But I thought that was it. I thought we were going to go. So I went ahead and did a lot of calls and buys, expecting a continuous bull run. But then that's what happened. Yeah. Thank you, Prosperity's Wealth, man. You played a big role. Thank you for commenting on my videos. That always helps. Comment, just that. It helps, man. It helps. Thank you. Any thoughts on Filecoin? So Filecoin, I do not know much about it, but there's a group that I'm part of on Facebook. They have been pushing it since last week. So I'm going to do more research about it, but a lot of them have been talking about Filecoin. They keep saying, dude, everybody keep an eye on Filecoin, watch Filecoin. So there's a lot of them. So I'm not exactly sure where it's gonna go from there. Yeah. Oh, it actually surged 25. Look at that. See, they were talking about it since last week. Okay, that means that they probably started buying in bits and bits. Oh man, interesting. Yeah, so there's a group behind it, and I don't know how solid of a coin it is, but I will look into that. But right now I gotta go, and reading the last 2 comments here. Just hold, man. You're right. It's a paper loss. I agree with you, man. I agree. So sometimes one thing is, guys, just stop looking at the at your total portfolio. Stop looking at the numbers, okay? Because sometimes that plays tricks on your mind, and you feel discouraged, and you just want to focus and have a plan, and don't let the stuff distract you. Because let's say you are researching a particular stock, but then here you are looking at your total portfolio, and I'm just assuming that your total portfolio was $100,000, and you look at it, and now it's down to $48,000, and you're thinking, man, I lost half of my money. What if it keeps going and I lose another half of my money? What if I go down to 25? It's going to cloud your judgment. Okay, so instead of you to make moves that will help you recover faster, you will be trying to make moves to save the little you have, and you probably will not be a part of the recovery. So you know, if you have been in this downfall for about 3 weeks, you're already in the hole. So just at this point, just hold. At this point, just hold. Yeah. Yeah. Good night, good night, good night, Hazy. Good night, Kelly. Please, guys, subscribe if you are new here. I think we hit 5K. I think we made it. Thank you, guys. I think we made it. I'm pretty sure we made it, and this is awesome. So I'm going to have a celebratory 5K meal. All right, guys. Good night. Good night. Good night. Thank you, Victor, new subscriber. Thank you. I'll see you on the next live. See you on the next live. Okay. All right. Peace.